Good morning. How are you? How are you doing? Thank you for watching the replay. It's Ingrid Owens here, and welcome to Biz Talk Tuesday, or what is Ingrid's hair going to do today? You just never know. It's raining outside, so that means you just never really know with my hair. Well, anyway, thank you for joining me today for Biz Talk Tuesday. It's vote day here in Georgia in the United States. The kids are off school, so they're locked behind that door. Hopefully they won't interrupt me, but I still wanted to get on here and come in live and talk about something that just kind of came to me this morning. If you're watching, please let me know in the comments. Give me a wave or a hello, or I would like to have some company here this morning. This kind of came to me this morning when I was up journaling. And you know, this is the thing that I see so often with my clients, and especially as we're approaching the end of 2018, and it's November, but it's still only the beginning of November. Hey, Linda, nice to see you this morning. It's still only the beginning of November, but sometimes the way that everybody's talking about planners and talking about 2018 and planning for the new year and scheduling out, sometimes you might get the feeling that this year is over and done. And, you know, back in January, we set goals and we set plans for what we wanted to accomplish this year. And quite often what can happen at this time of the year is we look at what we've achieved so far and we're like, didn't make it, didn't hit the goals. Oh, well, let's get the new planner and plan for the next year. At least I know I've been guilty of that in the past. And if you've been thinking along those lines, I want to encourage you that doesn't have to be the case. And the difference that is going to make or what's going to make the difference for you is a little bit more strategic action. The thing that came to me today, and I created a little post about it, is hope is not a business plan. You know, I talk to people and they're like, well, I'm hoping to make, another couple of sales. I'm hoping to fill those mini sessions. I'm hoping that, people are going to buy my stuff, right? And hope is not a business plan, people. This is where we're going wrong. We need to have the strategy and the plan in place to make sure that our goals actually happen. When you have a strategy, the hope goes out the window and it turns into faith, which is what we want, right? Nobody wants a hope, a wing, and a prayer. We don't want to be sitting there with our fingers crossed, hope it's going to work. We want to be strategic with it because you only have so many hours in the day. You want to make use of the time that you have strategically. And so if you're not following a strategic plan, or if you don't know what I mean by a strategy, let's break that down a little bit. Most people who go into start a business, especially a creative business, are doing so because they have the love of the thing, right? They love to take photos. They love to, craft. They love to knit jumpers, whatever it is. They like to do the thing. And they don't really think about how they're going to actually make money from that, other than I make this thing, people say that it's good, they want to buy it, and then they buy it, right? Which is great, right? For people who know you, that's wonderful. And for people who know your stuff. But the business part comes in when you want to actually spread your wings a little bit, get out in front of people who don't know you. You want to get your stuff in front of people who've never seen you, who don't know you yet, who don't do the whole know, like, and trust thing yet, right? And that's where the marketing comes in, and that's where the strategy has to come in. Because if you keep doing the same thing that you've always done, you're always going to get the same results, right? And if those results are not where you want them to be, then you have to look at what you're doing strategically and make strategic shifts. Now, the most common thing that I see happening is people use tactics, not strategy. And the difference is that tactics are those day-to-day moves that we can make that work mostly, but they really only work if they're part of a bigger strategy. So the way that I look at it is strategy is that like 100-foot view of your business and your plan and your marketing. That's the overall game plan, right? The overall roadmap. And the tactics are those things that you do to achieve the strategy. Now, you can look at your business, have a strategy for your business, And then you can look at each of your say quarters or even months. If you're, if you want to be like that for the end of the year, you can look at that strategically. Right, Linda. I know your husband is very business minded too, so that's a good thing. You've got to look at that strategically, right? So we can break down a marketing push or a campaign and look at that strategically. Okay. Then we look at the tactics that we're employing to bring about our strategy. The problem is when we only look at the tactics and we don't look at how it fits into the overall plan, you find yourself doing what I call throwing spaghetti at a wall. And so you spray your Instagram with, hashtags, or you post randomly in Facebook groups for like 3 or 4 weeks or days even, right? And you don't see any traction from that. But it's because you're not being strategic about how you're doing it. And as business owners, we're creatives first and foremost, right? So you want to be able to, bit of my hair, you want to spend your time doing your thing, not spend your time like necessarily just on Facebook or trying to market. But the truth is that you do still have to spend a majority of your time marketing. If you're going to do the business bit, you have to, or else be in a position to outsource that. So I want to invite you today to really think about what your strategy is for this next 2 months. We have, I think, maybe 6-7 weeks left for the end of the year. That means you at least have 4 weeks before Christmas where people can actually be buying your stuff or priming them to get on your plan for the new year. So if you offer copywriting services or graphic design services, web design services, all of those things that are the things that people will even be wanting in the new year, not necessarily the holiday season, right? So you want to be priming those people now for what you offer. And if you're in the actual creative products area, and the holidays can be a huge thing for you, so you still want to get right on that right now. And also for photographers, there's still time to be doing your mini sessions, and if you are using your time strategically. Okay. Now, if you struggle with any of that, I want to invite you on to a complimentary strategy session. I am actually opening up some extra strategy sessions, some extra time for this, because I think this can make a real difference. And in the call, what we'll do is we'll analyze what your current marketing efforts are and kind of figure out where those holes are and how you can make it better. It's a complimentary session. I would really encourage you to take me up on it because there's a lot of value that can be had in that half an hour. And I think that, you can finish this year strong. It doesn't have to be a one and done thing at this point. So think about what your tactics are, but think about how they work strategically. And really, part of that strategy has to be looking at them and evaluating and analyzing and shifting, right? So that's strategic. That's part of the strategy that has to be built in. But even in the next 4 or 5 weeks, you can definitely roll out some sort of a strategy that's going to make a difference to your overall year goals. It's not over yet. Don't worry. There's still plenty of time to meet those beginning of the year goals. If you have any questions about this, you feel free to let me know in the comments, or if you have any specific questions about your marketing strategy, I would be absolutely delighted to help you. If I can shed any light on anything, I would be happy to do that. You can write #replay. Let me know in the comments what you think, and I will drop the link below to get on that strategy call, and I would be honored if you would take me up on it. I would love to be able to help you make 2018 the best that it can be. All right, that's all I wanted to say today. Better get back to these kiddos, and we might do something fun for the rest of the day. I don't know. It's pretty miserable out there. I know I am going to do something fun this evening, so maybe that will have to do for now. But wherever you're at, I hope you're having a fun day, and get out and vote. Take care. Bye.